Now we go to the fourth senior Rotax heat here at the Rotax Max Challenge Euro Trophy finale for Heats Day. It's Groups B versus D. Here is your starting grid. Matty Higgins and Sean Butcher will be on the front row ahead of Jaden Teen and Callum Bradshaw. Paul Forquemin and Kai Rilletz will be on row 3. Ethan Jeff Hall and Tyler Harris will be on row 4, with Jack Stedman and Austria's Lukas Schlegel on row 5, completing the top 10. Mario Sidler and Miles Barthorpe will be on row 6, ahead of Jane Lawrence and William Pemble. Alexander Adams-Axon and William Christensen round out row 8, with Paul Hamburg, Kaden McQueen, Christoph Saller, Danny Shields, George Holbrook and Drew Perry rounding out the 22 strong. So the drivers now go onto their formation lap ahead of 10 minutes plus 1 lap of racing here at Paul Fletcher International. And good to see Martin Hall in chat giving Ethan the very, very best of luck. So good to hear from you, Martin. Thanks for joining the 370 plus other people that are currently watching the live stream at the moment on the dedicated Rotax Max Challenge Euro Trophy YouTube channel. And a big thank you to everyone that has been able to get the channel over 1,100 subscribers. Your support has been greatly appreciated. It really means a lot to us. So now the drivers will start weaving from side to side as some of them will head into Bobby Game corner. So the drivers now will start to slow and get into formation. 11 rows of competitors, 22 drivers in all. The red lights are ignited on the starting gantry. As they come out of the final corner, into the tram lines, revs rise. Are we ready? Are we steady? Lights are out first time. We are underway as they hurtle their way through into the Bruno Ferrari S's. Sean Butcher holds on to second for the minute. Behind Matthew Higgins as Jaden Thien has the likes of Callum Bradshaw and Paul Forquemin all up his inside through into the Litchfield Bridge. As they go through 2-3 abreast. Be very, very careful on the exit. They need 3 abreast. One goes rally crossing in the back part of the field. Possibly either Paul Hamburg or Danny Shields. As Sean Butcher and Callum Bradshaw were side by side through the first hairpin. Kai Rilletz trying to make his way around the outside of the likes of Jaden Teen and Paul Forquemin, but no luck there for the Belgian. Through the Fullerton S's. And now Matthew Higgins has got a country mile of a lead. He might be in Leicestershire, let alone Lincolnshire, with the way that gap has expanded over the last lap. And it's only lap 1. And his lead after the opening lap is nearly 1.2 seconds. Matty Higgins has absolutely bolted away into the distance. Sean Butcher drops to 4th behind Callum Bradshaw and has got Paul Forquemin not too far behind the Frenchman. The eldest and the most experienced driver in the field pulls to the right-hand side. Behind him he's got Jaden Teen as they look to get past Sean Butcher into hairpin number 1. Butcher holds his ground as best he can. He's got Teen to his right-hand side, but Butcher will have the inside line for the left-hand hairpin at hairpin 2. And John Pemble giving William Pemble from Thule Motorsport a bit of giving him a bit of love in the chat as well. William currently sitting in 11th position, the driver from Thule Motorsport. There's Callum Bradshaw now right with Ethan Jeff Hall. But Matty Higgins, his lead was 1.2 seconds. It's now just over a second at this point. And Bradshaw is looking menacing over the back bumper of Ethan Jeff Hall. Now, there was a moment here, and I know Henry Baudet and Anthony Jordan, you will remember this one, as we've got, yellow flags. going into the Bruno Ferrari S's, which now have briefly been retracted. But I'm going to cast people's minds back to Kart Masters 2021, when Kai Hunter was being chased down by Callum Bradshaw down the start-finish straight. Roger Young, I know you're watching, you'll understand this one. The wave, the infamous wave where Henry Baudet lost his chain of thoughts and started laughing when he's gone, hello, only me. Well, Bradshaw has got is now past Ethan Jeff Hall. He hasn't had to do that yet. If that happens, that's going to be another comedy moment here at Paul Fletcher International. But it was a Kart Masters moment. So the two Strawberry Racing drivers are behind Matty Higgins. We've got 6 minutes and 40 seconds still to go. Still plenty of things happening. Alexander Adams-Acton might be the cause of the yellow flag that we just had briefly. So the number 944 from Strawberry Racing out after 2 laps. About to complete lap number 4. And there are the 2 drivers from Strawberry Racing, Callum Bradshaw and Ethan Jeff Hall, trying to close the gap. It's going down fractionally, but not by much, because, well, we got a new fastest lap of the race. Kai Hillets in 5th ahead of Jaden Teen. It was until, Caden McQueen strikes with the fastest lap. Well done, boyo. 56.987 for the RS competition driver. And he is currently running in 9th place behind Miles Barthorpe, who's just done a 57.2. So Caden McQueen on the move here at PFI. Happy hunting ground for Caden over the years. Sean Butcher at the moment is setting personal best, but with a 57.2 on the board just a second ago over the last couple of laps. The defending champion is having to fight for every single position. It's never an easy task, especially here at PF International. Sean has been doing a lot of driver coaching at the moment as well, with a few drivers. And I hope, Glenn, you're watching, his dad. As all, it's getting a bit feisty in front of Sean Butcher, as Paul Ford-Quemmen has just got past Jaden Teen. So the switch happened right in front of the UK driver. Sean, originating from Australia, these days based out of London, but runs the Aussie flag, just like his good mate Lockie Robinson, who's now doing so in ADAC GT4 Germany this weekend at the Saxon Ring. As all, this is getting a bit brave going through into the Fullerton S's. Now, was that William Pemble on Caden McQueen? Because they were right behind Sean Butcher. McQueen, I think, has just got back through. And that's for 9th place. We've got William Christensen, I think, not too far behind either. Matty Higgins now has the lead, and it's now started to expand. Paul Hamburg from Estonia. Good to have him with us as well. Normally runs with, I think, Talvar Racing, if I remember correctly, in Eastern Europe. But this weekend he's running with KR Sport. Sean Butcher back up the inside of Paul Ford-Quemmen. And so has Jaden Thien made the move on the Frenchman as well, the 31-year-old. And Caden McQueen is not that, well, he's right up Paul Ford-Quemmen's rear bumper. As they go into the Fullerton S's. Oh, was that a squeeze through by Caden McQueen? I think that was. Cheeky little scamp. He got through. I think he's now right with Sean Butcher. And along with that, Miles Barthorpe and William Pemble might have got through on Ford-Quemmen as well. So Higgins leads the way. Bradshaw now in second. Jeff Hall, Hillets, Teen, Butcher, McQueen, Barthorpe and Pemble all got through on Paul Ford-Quemmen. And there, lunge there from Rillets through turn 4 on Ethan Jeff Hall. That's the change for 3rd. Now Rillets wants to maximise his opportunity here in the heats because he's in 3rd place. He is one of the 3 main title protagonists. Butcher, who he was fighting against tooth and nail last year, is behind him in 6th. Yes, Roger Young, you do. Yeah, because Roger, you sent me the video. Roger Young has popped in chat. Thank you very much, Roger, for that one. I might have to have a little word in Callum Bradshaw's ear a little bit later on, or probably tomorrow before the finals. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Great to see that some of the guys in Team Taiwan are going to be heading to the grand finals this year. Roger, I hope you get your ticket this year as well, buddy. Change now for second. Rillet's through on Bradshaw. Just over 2 minutes to go, and Rillet's now sees one driver ahead of him. No longer 3, it's 1, and that is Matthew Higgins. Gap was 1.788 seconds. So how fast can Rillet's close that gap in? He's got to do an absolutely monstrous job behind the wheel of that 374 Tony Kart chassis. So we've got 90 seconds on the clock to go, plus an additional lap. Drew Perry from Thule Motorsport unfortunately has retired on lap number 5. Christoph Saller from Dan Holland Racing rounds out the 20 runners and riders that are still competing. And Higgins, well, Higgins hasn't, he's responded in the case of, right, I've got to pick up the pace. Rillet's is behind me. And the last two laps, Matthew Higgins has banged in a 57.027. And there is Sean Butcher. Sean Butcher has got through on Caden McQueen. And, Jaden Thien looks up the inside of Butcher through the second hairpin. Butcher runs wide. It's going to be 3 wide. McQueen to the inside. Through into the Fullerton S's, but Butcher holds his ground. McQueen threads the eye of the needle. Did he get through on Jaden Thien is a big question that I need to really answer now. And the answer might be a yes on that one, because Caden McQueen, you put him into a position where he knows he can capitalise. He will take full advantage of it. And he did make it happen. 2 more laps to go. Higgins now 1.778 seconds ahead of Kai Rillet's. Bradshaw, Jeff Hall, Butcher, McQueen ran out the top 6. Still a little battling away. Miles Barthorpe in the trenches, I think, a little bit there. Might have had Paul Ford-Quebbin to his immediate inside and did get through. William Pemble rounds out the top 10. Timer has expired. Next time around will be on the final lap. So we're underway with lap 11 as we speak. Jaden Thien up the inside of Caden McQueen through the second hairpin. And the cutback from the 913 from the United Kingdom. He gets through and even gets through before they hit the entrance to the Fullerton S's. Such is the composure of Caden McQueen. And this time, Matty Higgins will see the last lap board first in front of everybody else. Oh, big old mistake there. That was Caden McQueen. He made an unforced error there coming through the Mike Wilson complex. Nearly opened the door there for Jaden Thien to get through. And fastest lap of the race, Kai Rillet's in second position, 56.783. Gap still 1.6 seconds between him and Matthew Higgins for the race lead. The man who's definitely done a great job so far this weekend. Also a record holder in his own right in terms of senior Rotax. Youngest ever B&L Karting Series kickoff winner in senior Rotax. David Higgins, I know you remember that one because you were grinning like a proverbial Cheshire cat that weekend when Matty did the business. But the checkered flag is out, and it waves from Matthew Higgins, the 375 from Trafalgar in Wales. Second, Kai Rillet's. Third, Callum Bradshaw. Fourth, Ethan Jeff Hall. Good comeback by Sean Butcher to finish 5th ahead of Caden McQueen, who started 18th on the grid. No surprise there then. Jaden Thien in 7th, Paul Ford-Quebbin, William Pemble, and rounds out the top 10. George Holbrook, Mario Sidler, Jack Stedman, William Christensen, Lucas Schlegel, Tyler Harris, Paul Hamburg, Danny Shields, Jane Lawrence, and Christoph Saller round out the top 20. However, there are 2 time penalties added post-race, one of which is going to the 932 of Danny Shields, pushing, and also the 955, Drew Perry. Well, his race ended on lap number 5. For causing a collision. That was also a 5-second time penalty.